do it live. It.
Tookie.
Yo, what's
up? I'm so fucking excited.
Yo,
Thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to grant me an interview. I know you got Tookie Soup you're in pre-production on.
Oh, yes. Very exciting stuff happening here at the Kid Toucher studio. I mean, that's not the name of our studio. I don't know what the name of our studio is yet. That was a poor joke by Tookie's.
It's not like Comet Tookie or Tookie Pizza, is it?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, good.
But everyone always wants to make jokes about how Tookie is a kid toucher, and this is all bullshit. I'm here to say it is bullshit.
So you sprang forth from the DNA of one Ray DeVito, as he calls himself. Is that right?
Yes. For anyone who doesn't know, Ray DeVito is a comic from Cleveland, and he grew up in a house with only one bathroom. And there were 5 people in Ray's house. So Ray's dad used to have to take dumps while Ray was in the shower. And of course, this got around school, so Raymond had no friends. So Ray's parents bought Tookie as a special friend for Ray. And Ray would hold Tookie and laugh, and we would make jokes together. And then, once Ray became old enough, brought Tookie to life, like Frosty the Snowman. Yay! And that is how Tookie is here.
It is, and I don't know what in a way, I want to thank Ray for that, because without that, we wouldn't have Tookie. But at the same time, I don't think I can ever forgive him because I love Tookie so much.
Oh, yes, he me almost nightly, but like you said, sometimes out of tragedy comes greatness.
That's true. Now, are you driven in this podcast?
No, I do not
world?
drive.
Oh, no. I mean, like, are you motivated in this podcast world by that? Like, feeling like you got burned, your revenge in a way, this backstory?
Well, Tookie mostly has been brought here to goof on Chad Zumach, the Z-Man, the Mud Shark, Florida's most wanted, Florida's greatest comedian, blah.
Oh, man. Blah. Yeah, you are in a fierce beef with him.
Yes, well, that is how Tookie really started. Tookie was laying around here, and Bedabbler or El Horrible, he doesn't even know what to call himself anymore. He was listening to the Mud Shark stream sniping MLC, and he started yelling at his phone. It was like, no, you fucking, how dare you? How dare you ask people for money with the show?
Yeah,
he was just yelling at himself, and then he looked over at the room and saw Tookie, and he was like, why am I yelling at myself when I could use a puppet to goof on Chad and show Chad that a puppet can do what he's doing better than him? But we are moving on.
Well, people like to brag about numbers and super chats. I believe Tookie beat him in the stream snipe game, and he tried to crash your show and take it down, and in the process got himself taken down.
Yes,
that he dead named you.
Yes, he dead named me. Yes, he's dead named Tookie with that horrible giddy name. Yeah. He showed pornography on my show and his show. And yes, I did beat him on Super Chats that show. And my show is still up because there's an edit tool, you dummy. And yes, Tookie Mania is just running wild. I think it is ridiculous. But I am also very thankful, because without the people, Tookie would be nothing. And Tookie is still nothing. We're all nothing. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, no one is watching any of this.
I think you're right. And I think that's where it's insulting for some of these guys to have such a huge ego and trash Tookie and trash Noz and
trash everyone.
It's like I don't even know what to say anymore, Tookie. Like, I think
who has hurt you?
You said
who has hurt you, Noz? Who
hurt
you?
me?
Yes,
that's a good question.
Who has hurt you?
Who hurt me?
Say their name.
I can't say anyone in the Dabbleverse really hurt me. I will say someone did hurt me. Okay, you're gonna pull it out of me.
Yes.
Early on in my interview Dabbleverse dream mind, I didn't have anyone yet. I had 0 interviews. You're my 10th, Tookie.
Whoa!
This is a milestone.
Hacka.
That's right. And I think we should skip the Dabbleverse, skip the Hackverse. It should now be called Hackaverse in honor of Tookie.
Hackaverse. Yes.
All right. So yeah, who hurt me? I was green behind the Dabble interview ears. I was thinking, who is going to be my first interview? Right around that time, the Uncle Rico show was popping. I was a big fan of those early episodes. I felt like Shuli had the right to go back after John. After John was literally calling him a mole when he was at the Stern show. I thought that was low. I thought he was messing with Shuli's livelihood back then. A lot's changed, but so I was I was also a fan of Stern, as you know. I'm sure you were in the room when me and your tag team partner El Horrible were talking a couple of months back. So I said, you know what? But I don't want to do the typical interview. I want to do something different. So I'm a big fan of heavy metal. I know Shuli is. Are you a fan of heavy metal, Tookie?
I enjoy a good Mac Sabbath. I don't know if you're familiar with Mac Sabbath.
I am.
Or Green Jelly.
Oh, absolutely.
Jelly, because they got sued.
Yes. And I would recommend, if you ever at like a record store or CD store and you see green Jello, get it.
Yes.
Get it.
That was the original name, but they had to change the O to a Y because they literally got sued by the Jello company.
I know.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Now, Tookie, you might be able to clear something up. We'll come back to who hurt me.
Yeah, I was going to say, who hurts you?
Oh, okay. So I emailed Shuli and I say, Shuli, I'd love to interview you.
Shuli hurt you.
I'm a big Stern fan. I threw out some street cred as far as metal, his t-shirts he was wearing. I'm on a Marth, I'm all into that stuff. I was into Richard Christie and Death and all his Richard Christie's death metal bands. This is so I'm going on a limb. I'm throwing the ball. I'm like, let's see if I get my first interview. 5 minutes later, he emails me back and says, let's do it.
Whoa.
Yes. And I'm like, yes, this is it. This is what Noz always wanted to do. I always want to be an interviewer. Now, I keep in mind I had some true crime videos out there and stuff. And from that point on, he never emailed me back. Ever. Ghosted me.
Like one of his ancestors.
Can you believe that?
Ghosted you.
I would rather him just ignored me, just ignore me like most people do. Just don't even write anything.
Well, I'm sure he had better things to do, like counting his money.
Well, I'm sure he didn't get. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not super chatter.
We all know how those Alabamians love to count their money.
Oh, Tookie. I know what you're saying, Tookie.
Well, I'm sorry that he did that to you. So, Shuli, come do the Noz.
No. I'm rescinding it. It. Never,
you,
ever.
Shuli.
He's banned.
Nobody wants you here. Yeah, go away.
Banned.
Go away.
You will never see Shuli. You will never see Shuli on my. We'll do it live channel ever.
It's a Shuli's loss. Tookie just reached the milestone of 2,000 subscribers.
I saw that.
And again, we are new. We just started this in September. Yeah. So that is very exciting to Tookie. I feel like we are making great progress. Every month, our numbers are going up. And people seem to enjoy all this crap.
They do, and once again, it's really not about numbers. It's about entertainment, Tookie, and you're very entertaining.
Yes. Thank you.
You and El Horrible are a great team.
Oh,
I hope you don't stab him in the back like everyone else does.
No. Yes, they all do
in this Dabbleverse, and I hope you don't stab him in the back and then go over to like the Shuli network and
the jealousy.
I would have
disgusting.
Yeah, it is. Hypocrisy.
Yes, hypocrisy. Police. I have to make a report on Cardiff Electric. Cardiff Electric, and I understand he was the pretty girl for a little bit, but then a younger and prettier girl named Tookie came along. Whoa! And everybody, no one wanted to look at the fat potato girl anymore. They did not care. I'm sorry, Cardiff, but that is the way it is.
You know what? I agree
What?
with you, Tookie.
Thank you.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
You notice who hasn't been interviewed on the Noz Redna channel?
OJ.
I like OJ actually. Man, he is great. He's a great second mic. He's a great producer. No, I was gonna say Cardiff.
Oh, did he turn you down too?
Guess what, Tookie? I'm taking it back.
Whoa.
Taking it back. No Cardiff ever on this channel.
No, you should have Cardiff. Cardiff will
No?
bring
Hey.
eyes to your channel. I really thought you had Cardiff on before.
Hey, no, I've had Corn Diff. Now he's the real one. Corn Diff. That's the real one right there.
Oh, the corn.
Now, I didn't really go after Cardiff very hard. I did message. I did reply to comments, but he did see it. I mean, it's not like Cardiff's getting thousands of responses on Twitter asking for interviews. He saw it. He just ignored me. It was right when he started to get big. He got a little taste of Dabbleverse fame, and he's like, "Oh, who's this guy with 150 subscribers?" Which I have 350 something now.
Whoa, that is awesome.
El Horrible said, "I don't know why you're interviewing me. I might bring you 1 subscriber, 5 at the most." I think I got 10. Honestly.
Whoa!
Yeah. I think I doubled his expectations from that.
Yes, that is double the projections. That is wonderful.
Let's get back to that shit show. John Melendez return to the Dabbleverse.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Chad, but okay,
oh,
yes,
we could get back to that too.
The other shit show, John Melendez.
Yeah. We've talked enough, Chad. It's no. Let's get back to it. It is ugly. I mean, you guys are throwing. I mean, he does. He goes in the mud. He does live up to his name.
Yes, that's what Tookie gets for inviting a mud shark into his pool. You cannot be surprised when you invite the mud shark over and he bites your off.
Yeah, dead naming and doxing, and it's just awful.
He has nothing. He is talentless. Whoa! Yay! Hacka!
Yeah, you're right. It's just this Dabbleverse is like our country in a way. It's just divided. It's your allegiances and alliances, and it's just
the Dabbleverse has broken off into different territories like Canada.
Yeah.
There's the Mudverse and the Hackverse, the Dabbleverse, and then wherever those onion people live.
Hey, I now that you said that, I want to play a little game with you. I'm going to.
Tookie loves games.
Good. All right, I'm gonna say this person or this person, and you have to choose.
Fantastic!
And say whatever you want. Stud Joe, Stuttering John, or Shuley.
Stud Joe.
Aaron from Steel Toe Morning Show, or Melton.
Oh, Melton! Come on, give me a challenge.
I love
Melton. He's
you never
fabulous.
know. Pat Dixon or Gino Bisconti.
Whoa, that is a hard one. I am going to shock the world. Gino Bisconti.
I'm going with Pat Dixon.
Oh, I enjoy Pat Dixon. I really feel like their podcasts, they're pretty much on the same level. There's a very good matchup. I just enjoy Gino's ability to ramble on and about nothing. I enjoy that. I enjoy Pat's willingness to punch another man right in the jaw. That is cool. That is so cool. I wish I could do that.
That's why I like him.
Yeah, I mean, you have to respect that, or else he'll punch you in the face. Yes, I don't know. I know people hate Gino. They think he's annoying. And yes, he is, although, he is annoying. He's a greasy wop dago.
Well, I'm part WAP myself.
A
big part, actually.
Do you know people in the mafia? There is no mafia. It's all made up for Hollywood. Yay!
I picked Pat Dixon because everyone in the Dabbleverse are such tough guys. They're all like, I'm going to come kick your ass, but meet me here, meet me there. Here's the one guy who actually followed through with it, right?
Yes, that is true. No, you're right. It's definitely assault.
Yeah.
You can't just walk up to someone and punch them.
You can't?
That was a sucker punch, Pat Dixon, and get ready to pay Tookie.
Nah, you don't need to fight that battle.
Why? It's money.
That's true.
You know,
Tookie, one thing I like about you is like you're very sensitive at times. You're very caring. I think you're the type that would give your shirt off your back to someone. But other times I see Tookie as like, man, you'd cut a bitch, wouldn't you?
Yes. There are times when Tookie gets very angry. Yeah. And that has been coming out lately.
Yeah, I get it, though. This Dabbleverse will drive you crazy, especially when you're in it. You're on the front lines of it. I'm not even on the front lines. I'm just an observer and a reporter.
Sure. Yes, no, there is a demon inside of Tookie that comes out every now and then. But for the most part, Tookie is very sweet. Tookie wants everyone to thrive. And Tookie wants to just make fun of those who shouldn't be live streaming. Like Chad.
Yeah, Tookie is a creative person, and that's a lot of what it is. It's like you're an artist, Tookie, and you are standing up for your art. You know, you're like, hey. You know.
Yes, Tookie is an artist. Like Prince or Bob Ross.
Exactly. Just because you didn't be like Axl Rose and get off on the Sunset Strip with a piece of corn cob in your mouth and like welcome to the jungle and not make it, and then spend half your life trying to make it. You don't make it, and you're back at square one at 40 to 50 years old. You know, just because you didn't take that route don't mean you don't deserve some success, that you don't have a stake in this entertainment podcast fucking hackaverse.
Hackaverse. Yes. Well said, whatever you just said.
Thank you. Clip it.
Did you know that Tookie actually made his debut on an Opie live stream?
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow. Mind blown.
About I think the Friday before the first Tookie Loves Mud Sharks Loving Misery episode. If Opie still has that live stream up, you will see that Tookie jumped on. But Tookie only had a name and a voice. He had nothing else. Right. So it's a horrible appearance by Tookie, almost to the point where Tookie never showed up again, because I was like, okay, I have absolutely nothing for this puppet. But then Tookie found his passage, and that's what Tookie's here to tell you, Noz. You are never too old to start your adventure.
That is the freaking truth.
I always say that. I always say that, and I always say, get your clothes on, your mom's here. Those are the two things I always say.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, because did you know Rodney Dangerfield did not get his big break until he was like well into his like 50s or maybe 40s? Yes, he was like a tile or a house siding salesman. And then yes, he became famous very later on in life.
That's greatest. That's a great story. I love it.
Yes.
And can you imagine if Rodney Dangerfield would have had YouTube at his disposal?
Can you imagine if Eric the Midget was still with us?
Oh, man.
He would be rolling the king of all this.
Oh, you are right. I never even thought about that.
He would be telling Kevin Brennan to send a link.
Exactly.
Or he would be sending Kevin Brennan the link, is what I'm trying to say. He would be the godfather of live streaming.
I think you're right.
He was before his time. That whole Stickam and JFCC.
Yeah.
Or what was it called?
Yeah.
Johnny Frotto. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yes. That he was doing all that. He just didn't have the super chats.
You know what to do. You know what to do.
His name's Jerry. Go talk to that guy.
Oh, man. I love Johnny Frotto, too.
He's dead.
I know.
They're all dead. Everyone's dead.
It sucks.
We're all fascinated and fixated on the show where half the people on it were dead, except for the main cast. No one from the main cast has really died.
True. That is true. That is
It's
true.
so odd. But there's so much death. Pat Cooper.
But man, one thing El Horrible said in my interview with
Who?
him, what El Horrible,
Yes.
and
Yes.
he said that there was a time in his life where he could not imagine ever not listening to the Howard Stern show every morning.
Yep.
And he hasn't listened for 10 years. And I'm right there with him. Tookie,
Yep.
it is damn awful.
It is so bizarre that show has been going this whole time. I mean, barely. I think they're on like what, maybe 3 months out of the year. Like if you add everything up.
Thank God.
Yeah, I don't think they need to do much more. But yes, I if you got a hold of Tookie 12 years ago and said this show you're obsessed with, you're going to never listen to it again in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I would have went, go your hat.
Yep.
Tookie will always love this show.
Yep.
This show made Tookie. It
Yep.
made Tookie want to go into broadcasting.
Yeah, it made
Yes.
Noz want to interview Tookie, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, no, it brought it made Tookie realize how important a personality and how important humor is.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tookie is not the most handsome person.
And to go against the establishment. And
Yes.
now I just watched WATP. Who are these podcasts? They just posted. They went over the Howard Stern thing where he popped in. Did you see this? Where he popped in to the channels,
Yes.
and he had all these celebrities with him. Oh, it's like it made me want to throw up.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, he used to go against the establishment, and now he wants to suck the establishment until it releases warm all over his face.
Yeah, and it's and what's so sad is like Jimmy Fallon and all these other knuckleheads are just sopping it up too. It's just like they're narcissists feeding off of each other, and it's just disgusting. It's so disgusting. And then you hear Beth in the broadcast, which she might. I mean,
I have to hear this.
Is Dieter? I mean, it's just unbelievable how he's become.
He's Imus
and Dieter. It's disgusting.
Where did you steal that Chinese menu you have hanging on the wall?
Okay, good question.
That
okay, you see this, the 84?
Yes, that's not the thing I'm talking about.
I know, but it relates to it. This 84.
Oh, okay.
This, I was about 11 years old.
Oh, I had a 84 Yugo.
It was the oh, did you really?
Yes.
Wow. Do you have pictures of that?
No.
Oh man, that would have been awesome. My first car was a 79 Chevy Nova. It was a 4-door. It was like this burnt brown grandma type car.
Oh, fantastic.
I love it. I loved it though. But yeah, so this was the New Orleans World's Fair. This is where I was born and raised. So this was a big deal in 1984. There's a little stamp here, but it says 84. It's authentic. I got this at the 1984 World's Fair. I believe it says my name. And a guy like handed
yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, they just happen to have your name. Like one of those gift shops that have all those things?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, he was
he did it. Okay.
Yeah, he did do it on the spot, on the hand. It's on like rice paper or something, and it's got an official 84 stamp. It's not worth anything, but to me, this whole layer is really about like.
This is you. This represents you.
It really is. I've been on this earth for a while, man. And
I like that you put it and you hung it above that portrait of Brian Johnson.
Yeah, a younger Brian Johnson.
Yes.
A younger Brian Johnson.
So I love the placement. I think everything looks fantastic. Yay!
That's you got a good eye, Tookie. Good eye. I was thinking, like, if you and I got together, if you were to come to Memphis, where I'm at, Memphis, Tennessee. What would a day in Memphis be with Tookie? What would I do? Like, you come. Do you partake in anything? Any alcohol?
Gay stuff?
Edibles? Anything along those lines?
Oh, sure. Tookie loves drugs.
Oh, good.
Let's get
good.
Up.
Yeah, we get up. We'd hop in my car.
Yeah.
We listen to some 3-6 Mafia. Have you ever heard of 3-6 Mafia?
Yes, but I can't think of a song right now. I've heard of them.
Yeah,
I like stop, drop, shut them down,
no,
open up shop.
That's not them.
Whoa, whoa. That's a Rough Riders. Whoa. Tookie wonder why. What? Tookie gonna die. What? Tookie gonna I remember that.
Yeah, I think that was DMX.
Do y'all Tookies bust your guns? Hell yeah, we bust our guns. Do you them till they come? Damn right, Tookie make them come. With the Rough Riders gonna show y'all Tookies who ride the best. Yes, I love rap.
Awesome. Well, Memphis is a great city of rap.
Do you want a serious answer of what we would do? First,
sure.
We would go to Gus's for fried chicken.
Got you.
I love that place. And you get to take the cup home. Is there a better fried chicken place that you know of?
No. Gus's is it.
Isn't it?
Gus's is it.
Oh, and Gus had it last summer, and he's been craving it ever since.
Gus's started in a town outside of Memphis. It burned down. But it was like this place. It was like this shack. It had this sort of allure of being like this shack out in the county somewhere, you know.
Sure.
And now they've got locations all over. I was in St. Louis not too long ago, and I believe I saw Gus's in St. Louis of all places.
Yeah,
so
they are around. I had never heard of them until last summer. Tookie was on a road trip. We stopped at a Buc-ee's, and then I saw a Gus's fried chicken. And I was like, Tookie loves fried chicken. This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
and it was. If you're ever in Tennessee or a surrounding state, or I don't, but they seem to be popping up in different places. So yes, if you ever see a Gus's famous fried chicken or whatever it's called, go there and tell them Tookie sent you, and they'll look at you like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
They won't regret it. Yeah, say Tookie sent you. Say Tookie and Noz sent you. And what's interesting about it is Gus's Gus and then apostrophe and then another S.
Yes,
like
grammatically
what is that?
wrong.
What is that?
It's almost like Stuttering John wrote their logo.
Yeah, it's like Lorenzo Ariola's show. That's all funny, but there's no apostrophe in the that's.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, we messed that up for Yo. Remember the 90s? We had an apostrophe too. And then Carlos Danger told us to get rid of the apostrophe. And then I was like, oh, yeah, you're right.
He might be a copywriter in real life IRL.
He is a fantastic writer. I don't know what he does for a living. I believe he's a competitive eater. Someone told me that.
Yeah.
I think he has the record for deviled eggs.
I want
130 minutes. He has superpowers.
Well, let's get back to Memphis. We go to Gus's for breakfast. Have you been to Memphis, Tookie?
I have.
Okay. What about Gibson's Donuts?
Is that right near Gus's?
Right across the street.
Yes, that is exactly where Tookie was.
We're gonna find an '84 Yugo. We're gonna get in that son of a bitch. We're gonna get up. We're gonna hotbox. We're gonna go to Gibson's. We're just gonna pound coffee and donuts.
Yes, they had fantastic donuts. That's fantastic.
Yes,
I love Memphis. And then that's pretty much the only two things I did in Memphis.
Well, we're gonna go to Graceland and see where Elvis lives.
Oh, yes.
We're gonna take a tour together.
Yes, Tookie used to travel in a few different ska bands.
Yeah.
And yes, and we did stop at Graceland once. We did see his private plane.
Yes.
Well, I guess it was like in the parking lots or something, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere or near the house.
It is.
We didn't actually do any of the tours.
So you didn't go in the house?
No,
we're going to go in the house. We're going to go in the jungle room where I'm sure Elvis was up a lot in the jungle room. We're going to see a waste of a racquetball court. That's where they have all his gold records. And so you go in and it's in the racquetball court because he was an avid racquetball player. Did you know that about Elvis, Tookie?
No, I had no idea.
You know who else is an avid racquetball player, Tookie?
Who?
Noz Redna.
Whoa!
Noz Redna, believe it or
Tookie has
not,
never played racquetball.
U.S. Open medal, baby.
Whoa!
Right there.
That, oh, you bragger. That is impressive.
There's nothing, being a very good racquetball player is almost like being at the top of the Dabbleverse. It means nothing.
Yes, I would imagine so.
But to me, it means a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
And I play players from all around the world, and I beat them to get that medal.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So anyway,
have you ever played pickleball, or is that for f***s?
No, I think pickleball is a trend, much like jazzercise was in the 80s. Remember jazzercise?
Oh, of course. Tookie used to get down with jazzercise. I dropped 30 pounds once.
There you go.
There you go.
You're old when like you're catching Kevin Brennan references. Know, like the other day he threw out a Falcon Crest reference.
Whoa!
I was like, is it 1982? What the Falcon Crest? Where did he pull that out of?
No clue. And yes, I forget sometimes that yes, Kevin has a much older audience, like very old.
It's hilarious when he does it, but man, after Gus's, after Gibson, after we go to Elvis, we see the wasted racquetball court, we see all his medals. The one place they don't let you see.
The toilet he died on?
Exactly.
Are you serious?
Serious. They don't do that.
But that's what everyone wants to see.
What's that?
That's what everyone wants to see.
I know.
Isn't that the grand finale?
You would think.
How many times have you been to Graceland? Like actually paid?
Believe it or not, once or twice.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, like,
yeah.
Do they have like yearly or season passes?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I would imagine not, right?
I don't believe so. But it's like it's amazing how many people come from all around the world just to go to that, and take like wherever Tookie was raised or wherever Tookie lives now. Take like one of the worst streets or neighborhoods with a major street running through it, and then throw your biggest tourist attraction right in the middle of it. That's essentially where Graceland is in Memphis. I mean, it is like,
whoa, shit!
It's
roll
like,
up the windows.
Exactly.
It's Elvis's neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. You ever heard of like Valero gas stations?
Yes.
I don't know what it is about Valero gas stations, but it's where all the shootings happen and all the carjackings and shootouts. They're always at Valero gas stations.
Whoa.
So you're like driving down Elvis Presley Road, and it's like Valeros galore.
Isn't there a really famous ribs, like barbecue rib place?
The Rendezvous.
Yes. That's what I was going to say. We should go there for dinner.
Right. We'll go there. We'll go to Rendezvous.
Yes. We'll get fried chicken for lunch, and then we'll get, we can get donuts for breakfast, fried chicken for lunch, and then Rendezvous for ribs.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe in between that, we'll go pick up Ja Morant.
Mm-hmm.
You know who he is, right? Ja Morant. Oh.
Is that the guy who replaced Hal Sparks on Talk Soup?
No. Ja Morant is like the star player of the NBA who plays for the Memphis Grizzlies, but he's gotten a little trouble on social media with guns and things
that was
like
the gun guy.
Yeah, but
okay,
but I'm sure he needs to rehabilitate, so he probably do a vlog with us. We we'll just be careful. We don't want to get him in any trouble. We'll drive around with Ja Morant. See what else we could do.
You could protect
the Rendezvous is awesome. Several, just about
I've never been there.
Just about every president of the United States has been there. It's like a destination.
I only know about it because of Ron and Fez. There was a point where Fez took one of their friends, Elfish.
Mm-hmm.
He took him to Graceland because he lost a bet. Elfish won the bet. And Elfish was a huge Elvis Presley fan. And for some reason, I remember a caller calling in and telling Ron about this amazing rib place called Rendezvous.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I know about it. I've never seen it. I've never been there. I've only heard about it from a radio show from 25 years ago.
That's awesome. I'm going to flash up images on the screen.
Sure.
It is in downtown Memphis. It is literally in an alley. There's a parking garage and then the front of the rendezvous.
Alley ribs.
Walk down this alley, you go in, and then you go down.
Whoa.
And it looks like a time capsule from like, I mean, it's got stuff all over the walls, like pictures of ex-presidents who have been there to eat.
Do we have to make a reservation?
No.
Oh, fantastic.
No, the people that have worked there have been working there, like the servers and stuff, been working there for like 50 years. I mean, it's crazy. We drive around, we listen to a local Memphis radio station because I'm big into radio, obviously, and I want to ask you a little bit about radio, but we listen to the Jeff Calkins show. Reason being, he's got a great show in Memphis. He's been on the air for 20 plus years. And Noz Redna is interviewing him Wednesday night.
Whoa! Fantastic.
Yeah, so we'll listen to Jeff Calkins. He's actually got a rap song. Fans of Jeff Calkins wrote a rap song, and it goes, Jeff Calkins, who you want, Jeff Calkins, who you want, Jeff Calkins. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Wow, his audience is not very talented. Jeff Calkins. Who do we want? Jeff Calkins. Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, let me ask you about radio. You brought up Ron and Fez. I was going to ask you, other than Stern, what are some other shows recently or from a long time ago that a young Tookie would listen to?
Well, definitely Ron and Fez. They were on that night on WNEW when Tookie was in high school, and then 9/11 happened, and they went bye-bye, and they went to JFK, and you could get them online at some point. Ron and Fez, I guess Stern technically will always be my number one radio show, but if I had to pick a show other than Stern, it would definitely be Ron and Fez. Ron Bennington was one of the most, still is one of the most fantastic broadcasters. Just really quick wit. I like to think Tookie was very much inspired by a Ron Bennington and a Fez Whatley, because Fez was a fantastic character.
Yeah,
I love characters on the radio. And I know Kevin Brennan and Chad, they say, oh, your characters are stupid. You guys are cowards.
No.
What the f***? Show your face. Yeah, I'm not worried about showing my face. I don't care. I mean, so definitely Ron and Fez, Opie and Anthony. I enjoy a guy that no one really talks about anymore, who used to be friends with Howard. He would put things. There are very famous Howard clips that this guy did.
What? Here's the deal.
No, not
okay.
Bubba.
Okay.
But Kid Chris.
Kid Chris, really?
Yes, there was a DJ. He's still out there.
No, I've heard the name.
Oh, okay. Yes, Kid Chris was the guy who did the George Takei, Ricardo Montalban prank call. Yes, he was the guy who called George Takei and said, "Yes, oh, what is your dog's name?"
Oh my God, that was cringy to hear. For me,
it was
anyway.
Fantastic. I love it.
It was fantastic.
And then he also did the he got a hold of OJ Simpson's number, and he prank called OJ a bunch of times.
Okay.
OJ picked up, and he would be like, "Hey, Juice, let's go kill some people." And then OJ would go, he would laugh and be like, "Bye bye." But yeah, so and those are definitely shows. I mean, I've been listening to Dr. Steve for years, and now Dr. Steve has my number and he texts me.
That's pretty wild.
Anyone can have my number though, 973-440-9770. You could talk to Tookie or El Horrible. You could text. I would prefer you call and leave a voicemail so I can play it on the show, but people seem to enjoy texting, and I don't get to it right away, but eventually I will text you back because I have OCD and it prevents me from not texting you back. And that's the truth.
You and John.
I can still lie.
John Melendez, stuttering John Melendez.
Well, he's a liar because OCD, you can still lie if you have OCD. He
Hypocrite.
made that up. Hypocrite.
Oh my God. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. That's one thing you said on WATP, which you were a great guest on that show
Thank
recently
you.
with Carl. It was awesome. I love to see Tookie up there.
But you will be seeing Tookie pretty soon back on that show because I've already gotten a call back.
That's awesome.
I said to Carl, are you sure this is enough TBT time between Tookies?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yes, we need Tookie back. You're the only one who could save this show.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's
That
doing
is
all
exactly
right.
what he said.
I think Tookie's a great addition, though.
No,
Okay.
they're
Wow.
struggling over there.
Yeah,
And they need Tookie.
much like the Shuley Network,
Yes.
much like Compound Media.
Mm-hmm.
Man, everyone's just numbers.
Everyone
are
called
dropping.
Tookie. Everyone called to try and get Tookie to get that Tookie rub. Please,
Yeah.
Tookie, we need the numbers. We need the rub. Come on, give us the rub. And I was like, no, the only one I rub is Carl.
And Noz.
We're very best friends. Oh, yes, and Noz.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Mhm.
But Tookie, I said I'm not about the clicks. I'm about the art, much like Tookie is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, well, you have to be because people see through it.
Yeah.
They will see through it. They'll go, oh, what? Oh, Ray's doing a show tonight.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Yeah. Oh, I bet Ray has a well thought out show. He has thoughts he's gathered. He has jokes. Maybe he has some clips. Maybe the show will have some direction. No. Ray just wants to eat dinner tomorrow, which is fine. I get it. Listen, I get it. Everyone has to make a living. It's just that, does everybody have to be online making a living and begging people for money? It's kind of ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I mean, but, people, as long as people keep paying, they will keep going on. That's why I tell people, stop feeding the Chad. We need more dads and less Chads. That means everyone out there who is thinking about leaving their family because your wife is nagging you and your kids suck, you have to stick it out. Because if you leave, you'll just create more Chads. Victims.
Wow.
Like Ray DeVito.
Boy. Man.
Tookie's 2 cents.
Tookie, that is harsh.
Someone had to say it.
Oh man. Yeah, you are part of the dynamic duo heroes of the Dabbleverse, I should say.
Yes. Who's the other one?
El Replay, of course.
Oh, yes. Fantastic. Yes, I forgot about him.
Yeah. Yeah, you two are y'all are like anarchists in a way. And y'all say what needs to be said sometimes. And I like it. I like it a lot. Someone needs to say it, and Tookie has the ball. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it. Do you have balls?
Yes.
Okay.
Big kumquat sized balls.
Good. I didn't want to. You've already been dead named. I didn't want to assume a gender.
Oh, no, Tookie has many genders.
Okay.
You can refer,
right?
my pronouns are they, them, da, ga, za, ba. Any of those work.
All right, Tookie.
No, this was fantastic. Thank you. This is my first ever interview. I'm glad it was here.
Tookie, it was fantastic. You're always fantastic. I look forward to Tookie Soup.
Yes, me too. I can't wait to see what that is. And yes, I had an idea to do, a clip show where, take all the best clips of some of the worst shows, and not even the worst shows, some good shows. I mean, if something stupid happens on Carl's show, I'll play that, but it has to be quick and it has to be interesting. No long clips. Just set it up, do the clip, tell a joke, move on to the next one. And, maybe have some segments, some bits. But I think for the most part, it will just be Tookie on screen. I don't know if we'll have guests or anything like that. And I don't even think it'll be that long of a show. I'm thinking maybe a half hour, at the max an hour. But it's all going to be pre-planned, and we're going to try and do it live. But there might even be a time where we have to just do the whole thing. You know, we have to produce the whole thing as a taped thing and then have like a premiere. But I do want to try and do it live because the fun part about all this is interacting with all the people. And Tookie loves the people. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's entertaining. The dabble, you know, I had Earl Skakel on recently. That was a great interview, and in that interview, I was like, I think I'm ready to tap out. It was when things were really getting ugly, and then it's like it just brings you back in. I'm just back into it.
Yes. Every week, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is it.
Yeah,
Everything has reached a peak. Nothing can happen next week that will top this week. And then
No.
it just always does.
No, and then I tune in on Saturday mornings to El Horrible's show.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great show. It's a good wrap up of the week. It's good stuff. And I think I see big things in store for you, Tookie, maybe even beyond the Dabbleverse, you know.
That is something that I would hope to eventually do. But right now, I'm going to, you know, just enjoy being loved by the Dabbleverse because eventually they'll all hate me. They'll all hate Tookie. I'm ready.
Yeah, and Carl.
Come at me, haters.
Yeah, and I hope
How
Carl
dare you.
don't hurt you.
Oh, I hope Carl doesn't hurt me either.
That would suck. I won't hurt you.
Oh, thank you.
I am loyal, like John says he's loyal, but I really am loyal, Tookie. Anyone who does my show I'm loyal to. And thank you very much, Tookie.
Thank you.
Can't wait for your stuff. We speak your name.
Oh, well, thank you, boys and girls. And remember, Tookie loves you all more than a friend. Yeah! Hacka, hacka!